of the button puts in the small blind. The player on his left puts in the big blind, usually double the small. Action for this first round of betting will move to the left of the big blind. The button moves to the left with each hand, and the blinds are raised throughout the game to keep the action going.
They've got that in the States, so they bring in on that celebrity tournament.
Robin Keston's the only one that hasn't had the run of the cards. He's been very unlucky, but no, I mean, no one's in dire straits. This could go anywhere, it really could.
It's usually the
Pass your
answer.
cards without, try and pass your cards without anybody see you.
He's got the same hand as he was re-raised with ace queen of clubs.
Pass.
Well, one thing we've learned, he's definitely willing to fold this.
Surely it can't fold him again if he gets a re-raise.
Flop for free. There's 12,000 in the kitty. Houston on the 10-8. And that's no help to the ace-queen.
No, it's given Dave Colclough top pair.
Check. Check.
Yes, it has.
7,000.
And we saw Colclough make a fantastic read on Robin
Pass.
earlier. Will he respect? Will he raise?
I think he'll just call.
Call.
Keston looking for the bullet. Club wouldn't hurt either.
Check.
It's given him a couple extra outs.
Mhm.
10 for a straight, ace for the win.
Robin's a little bit wary because he thinks, okay, Dave's called my bet. He must have a king. There's no way Dave's going to put his money without a king unless he's got an up and down straight draw. Yeah,
Check.
check. That's very wise.
I'll take the free card, says Bingo. And
Oh, bingo.
yeah, B-I-N-G-O.
That's the one.
And any money Dave puts in here, he's not going to get back.
7,000.
Robin Keston has the stone cold nuts, the best hand possible.
Yeah, there's a bit of acting going on here now. So, how do I get more money out of you, Dave? Do I just the minimum raise?
Raise.
Probably maybe 10,000. Do you think 10,000?
Yeah, it's a fair point. It's not going to be too much, is it?
20 more.
He really wants a call.
It's a very clever bet, 20. It's not one of those bets that you're dying for a caller, is it? 20,000. Dave's got top pair. I can't see Dave calling this, can you?
You mentioned before how good Colclough was at putting people on hands. Well, let's see if he can figure this out. It ain't easy.
He's been very unlucky, Dave. Twice he's been rivered by the two nut runs. Twice they've outdrawn him on the river.
It's a big moment for Colclough here. 20,000 will really damage his stack.
He's got to think, okay, Robin, you bet the flop, right? And I flat called. You then checked the turn.
Oh, man. He figured it out. And,
Yeah.
And Keston happy to make that straight. Wishes he could have gotten paid off a little bit more, but good pot anyway for
Yeah.
Robin.
I think if he would have stuck in 10,000, I think he might have got a caller. 20,000 was just a little bit too much. I think 10,000. Dave was getting 6 to 1 his money. 5 to 1 his money. He might have called it.
Tell you, it's so hard to fold, to make those folds. You know, you're sitting in that seat, you just want to see the cards, don't you? But
And then when you do see the cards, you go, why did I call? Why?
King 7, right?
King 7.
Just tell me you didn't have 2 tens. That'd be well miffed if you had 2 tens.
Call.
a limp in.
Pass.
2 ducks for Robin
Pass.
Keston.
Pass.
Raise.
Raise.
Oh,
14,000 total.
this is interesting. And
Wow.
now it's very interesting.
Call.
Colclough probably made that raise to isolate Keston, but Barry Hearn,
Maybe.
Yeah?
is in and dominating Colcloth in the big blind.
And do you think Keston now thinks, okay, there's quite a lot of money in here. I'm actually getting good value.
Depends if I let you in with a 10.
Well,
I do believe it's 10,000 more on Robin. It's
pass.
Pass.
doesn't want to chance it, but
If a queen comes on the flop here, Jesse, we could see all guns
Can't bear to look.
blazing.
well, you have to believe the warning bells have gone off in El Blondie's head.
Oh, wow.
He's in dire straits
Yeah.
here.
2 pair for Bazza. And second pair for Dave.
10,000.
He put on a nice grimace there, Barry.
Call.
And he's got
Oh.
Dave Colcloth in. The king's no good for Colcloth.
No.
He needs the 10 for the straight.
That's right. A king could slow them both down.
A queen would pretty much be the
Okay.
end of Dave.
Barry's just fearful that he's got the straight already, that he's hit the nut straight, I think.
J. Both J.
Or he's even hit trip jack, something like that.
Yeah, no one seems too confident. This pot's very big, you know.
That's not going to help any of them.
Check. 15,000.
Boy, Dave's being put to some tough decisions
He
here.
is already. He's really not having the rub of the green, is he?
And Bazza has played this hand very cagey. You almost feel like he deserves a payoff here. He
Oh, he's
gets
getting
it!
paid off. He's getting paid off.
Nice help.
2 pair.
And Barry Hearn had the stoppers there. 2 pair. And I think it was the check on the turn that got the payoff on the river.
Yeah.
And really, Dave Colcloth in dire straits. Looking at that once again. When the flop came, they both had something, but Hearn had more. Straight draw for Colcloth, didn't hit, and then has sunk his teeth in. There's a room full of betting going on. 3 places left at the final table, and this is proper poker. Smiles, laughs, but most of all, cards and chips. Re-raises. I'll tell you what, there'll be a whole lot of action before this one's through.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
And now it's down to the nitty-gritties, down to the serious stuff.
Yeah, it's funny about a poker game. You can laugh as loud, as long and as loud as you want, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to play some cards, and that's a serious business.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
London from the button, and he has not been caught out yet.
Raise 10,000 total. Call.
I think we could see an all-in here from Dave Colclough if he gets a hand. Pair of 5s.
Interesting.
Could be an all-in.
All in.
Yep.
All in.
Wow. There's money out there to be won, and Colclough might have a read, because he might be able to take this pot without having to see a flop.
I don't know. I think Johnny could call him.
Call in for another
I think Johnny will call him.
20,000.
I think Eddie's going to pass, but I do think that Johnny's calling him.
27,000, too expensive for London, but yeah,
Call.
John Houston
Yeah.
not scared to try and take out one player. That'll bring them ever closer to the final table, and this pot's 57,000.
Yeah, this is double or nothing for Dave. He knows that. He needed to double up. He's not going to get to the semi-final with a short stack.
Excuse me, this pot's 84,000. This would put Colclough right back in it, but he has to get his 5s to survive.
Well, Eddie London's past the jacks. There's 1 out for Johnny.
There's the
there's the
ace.
ace. He's got the jacks cut. He's got the spades covered as well as Johnny. So there's only 2 cards in the whole deck that can help him now.
No!
Oh, there's the 5.
Oh my!
Absolutely incredible.
You couldn't believe it.
Incredible.
I'll tell you what. I believe Houston's drawing dead now.
Yeah.
He is. And you know what? Dave Colclough may not leave this room. He may bring in his bed, bring in a laptop, and just
Wow.
play poker from here forever, because this has been his sin.